Hi, this is Jasmine with my YouTube channel, Sober and Fabulous. And today I want to talk about self-love and how my self-love has grown tremendously in the past year and a half. Tomorrow is the anniversary of me being sober for a year and 6 months. I'm so very excited. And let's just have a moment for that because I'm super excited. So I have been sober a year and a half. That is amazing. I have to be honest with you, when I think about when I was using, and there were many times that I wanted to stop using, wanted to stop drinking. I would think about it. I would even say to myself, this is it, this is the last time. And, 2 or 3 days later, after recuperating, right back into the swing of things. And it wasn't until I put my foot down with myself, no one else. I said to myself that I needed help. I was an emotional mess. And at that moment as well. But as soon as I got into rehab, I was afraid, I'm not gonna lie, because suddenly, I went from living by myself with a roommate and my boyfriend to being in a institution where I was one of 30 women and there were probably close to 40 to 50 men. And we had, the men were on the first level, the women were on the second, but all of our classes were together. We had small groups, but it was still very overwhelming to suddenly be immersed with close to 70 people and then staff on top of it. So that part was hard, but the healing, the getting sober, that part was what I wanted. I was so ready for it. I was so ready for a dramatic change in my life. And I'm so grateful to be sitting here and telling you that I've now been sober for a year and 6 months. It feels pretty stinking good, I'm not gonna lie. So it is possible to get sober. It's very possible. It's possible to change your entire life, and it takes effort, it takes determination, it takes integrity. What I do when no one is watching, that has to be one of the biggest things that I struggled with the concept of it. And this is why I'm so glad I did a 2-month rehab, 60-day rehab, and then did an aftercare program that was an additional 2 months. So I had no opportunity to use while I was in rehab. And then in aftercare, there were certainly opportunities where I could have if I had the desire to seek it out, but I didn't. But I also had so many resources available to me. I was in therapy twice a week in my aftercare. I saw my counselor once a week. We did group sessions from 9 a.m. to I think 3:30 Monday through Friday. We had group therapy once a week. So all these incredible things that helped me build my self-love, my self-respect, my mindfulness, and at the same time, I put forth the effort into it, and I continue to do it to this day. I'm in therapy now. I just had an amazing session, and we did ART, the accelerated resolution therapy with the eye movement, similar to EMDR. And this, I haven't counted how many I've done, but I would say I've done at least 5, if not more. So today I did it on a traumatic memory, and it was something that was said to me that was very hurtful, made me doubt myself in very many ways, and it stayed with me throughout my adulthood. So what we do in ART is we take that memory and we don't erase that memory, but we change how I feel towards that memory, and I build strength. And I talked to my younger self, I talked to my future self, and I let myself know how much I'm in control of my life. Anything can happen at any point in time. Life is that. Everyone else is doing things We're all here on this planet together. So there's cause and effect happening everywhere. It's how I react to things that happen to me that say who I am and how my mental health is, how my physical health is, how my spiritual health is. And I am learning to pause before I react. Now, there are some things that happen that a pause may never occur. Something traumatic or something so exciting. Sometimes there's no pause. It's just an immediate reaction. And that is okay. There's nothing that doesn't scare me anymore. I truly feel in control of my life. I truly feel like this is my reality. I'm living in the present, and it is just that. It is a present. I feel like I know that my past has happened to me. I have made mistakes. Yes, there were some traumatic things that happened to me as a child, but as an adult, I've made my fair share of mistakes. And I could sit here and I could say, well, because this happened to me, that's why I did this. And I did that for a while, especially in my 20s. And now that I'm in my 40s and I'm still young, still baby, I can sit here and I can look at my past and I'm like, yes, that happened. And let's move on. I can't change my past at all. I can't change what I did yesterday. I can't change who I was yesterday. What I can change is who I am right now in this present moment. And that leads to a change in my future. So I feel like I feel a lot of goodness inside of me. I feel at peace. I feel contentment. Now that I'm sober, I feel like, actually, as soon as I got sober, I really started to think about things that I wanted to do. There were realistic goals. And they came to me right away. I started writing them in the journals that I had in rehab. And they have grown and changed, and some are more important now than others were. And that is life. I think that's a beautiful thing. So one of my big goals, now that I'm working in education, I have my associate's degree and I have over 60 credit hours. So I want to go back to college and get my undergraduate and be able to teach. And I know I can do that. I'm actually going to apply to the college that's close to where I live in January, do my FAFSA, apply for scholarships, and I've already am aware of everything I need to do. I've already started my to-do list for January that I love. I'm excited because this is a positive goal that is realistic, and it will allow me to continue to work in education. I'll be able to make more money, and I eventually want to buy my own house. I want to have my own house with my kitties, and I love where I live now. I love my roommate, but I want to have my own house, and I know that I'm capable of that. I know that once I become a teacher, my income will allow that, and that's super exciting to me. I really want to work on expanding me becoming a successful motivational speaker as well, and I think I can do that with a career in education. I think those two can fall hand in hand, no problem. I do want to author books, and I've got some ideas that have been floating around in my head for many, many years, but I feel like I'm getting closer to kind of organizing those all in a better way. I'm cooking, and that's that beep. So air fryer's done. And it turns off. Thank you, air fryer. This is not a plug for air fryers. I'm just a satisfied customer. So I feel like now that I'm setting realistic goals, and, a huge goal that I have that I work on every day, and then every month more time goes by, is being sober. So that, kind of starts the groundwork for it. And I'm just building. I changed my profession, and it was scary at first, but now I am so happy. I love my schedule. I love what I do. I am excited to just grow in this field. So I really do believe that public speaking or motivational speaking and teaching can fall hand in hand. First of all, I believe that teachers are motivational speakers. Absolutely. And I feel that the more I do this, the more comfortable I get with it. I feel that if I reach one person, or even if it's me that's healed, then I am successful doing what I was supposed to do. So I truly do believe that um, through my healing, through the way that I've been healing, I can share how I've healed and the experience that I've had, and that will help other people heal. I believe that that is the beauty of healing from trauma. I don't wish what happened to me upon anyone. I don't wish trauma on anyone. But the fact is, it has happened to some of us, and it may or may not happen to you in the future, or me in the future. It's not to say that just because I'm sober now, that traumatic events have suddenly ceased to happen in my life. That is far, far from the truth. And I know that they can happen at any point in time. What I'm prepared for now, like I said, is how I react to things, how I handle things, how I process things, how I allow myself to feel things. It's okay for me to get angry. It is totally okay for me to get upset and to get sad. But I am also able to let myself feel those things and then rationally process them. I never thought about processing feelings, even happy feelings, ever in my life. Thought never occurred to me. And now that I've been in therapy for a year and a half, and this is the longest I've done therapy, I've had therapy since I was 18. This was the longest stretch of therapy, if you will. And I'm very proud of that as well, because I put forth a lot of work into it. And this is the first time in my life that I am excited to do therapy. I'm not afraid of it. I don't feel overwhelmed by it. I feel progress every time I have a talk therapy session or I have an art therapy session with my therapist. And that is remarkable. I will be honest that in rehab and aftercare, those group therapy sessions were so powerful. I feel that for years I was afraid of group therapy, or felt like it wasn't going to meet the needs that I had. I needed it to be all about me. And what I realized in rehab and aftercare is that, first of all, I'm not alone when it comes to experiencing traumatic events. Yes, what happened to me happened to me. Even if someone, experienced the same traumatic event with me, they would still be two traumatic events because we would feel them differently. But having that shared experience, listening to other people, truly listening, giving them your undivided attention, hearing what they have to say, there's validation in that, first of all. I myself was heard. That felt amazing. I was understood. They understood me. I understood them. And not everyone. That's life. But there was so much of that understanding that was happening. And a big part of that understanding was that we wanted to get sober. And we wanted to get our lives back. We wanted to be happy. And I feel like I am truly in a place of happiness and contentment. I love myself. I realize now that every relationship that I've had up until this moment in time right now, I have not fully given myself to that partner, to that friend, to that family member, because I didn't fully love myself. I was terrified on so many levels. I was afraid, not really sure what I was afraid of, but I didn't know how to process. I didn't know about processing feelings. I mean, maybe I did, but I didn't understand how to do it. And I always turned back to drugs and alcohol. And for me personally, that doesn't mix with who I am anymore. And I'm so much happier being sober. It turns out that I don't like alcohol. I drank it because it was socially acceptable and because I thought that I liked it. It was that, I need to take the edge off, or I just worked a 12-hour shift. Give me a drink, give me 5 shots on top of it. I'm going out on Friday night. I need to celebrate. I just did something amazing. Let's celebrate. Did all those things. And then in the course of drinking, I would be a mix of emotions, and a lot of things would come up that were repressed. So I would be confused. I would behave in a way that I normally would not have behaved. I'm so happy to be in total control of myself. That's what I realized with alcohol. I was losing, it inhibits, uninhibits. Is that what I'm looking for? So it lowers your inhibition. Let's start over. Lowers one's inhibition. And with that, I would do things that I normally would not do as a sober person. And it, the more time that progressed in me drinking and using drugs, the more normal that became for me to behave. And I like myself so much better like this. I like having a clear thought. I don't need a cloudy thought. I don't need to forget things at all. I can process, like I said, what happened to me, and I can move on. And it's not just like my childhood past. It is, like I said, as an adult, I have made mistakes. I have hurt friends. I have hurt people that I was in intimate relationships with. And I'm working on processing that I've done that. I'm working on forgiving myself, and I'm working on being a better person now in the present, so that my future self will be a better person. And that takes work. That takes work. That is not just I'm going to sit here and say that and ta-da, I'm done. Not at all. But self-talk is so important. I do positive affirmations every single morning. I have my 21-minute affirmations, and then I have my healthy gut. So it's about 30 minutes as I get ready. I have it running on my phone, and I'm saying it out loud unless I'm brushing my teeth, and then I'm saying it in my head. Then I have a journal, a manifestation journal, the 369 project that I'm working on, and I'm going to continue to do this because I love the prompts that it has in the beginning. First of all, it has me thinking about positive things I want to happen in my life, that I want to manifest to come to me. And it asks me, what I'm grateful for, who I intend to be, who am I really, and how do I feel knowing that it's mine. Those are great questions to ask yourself and to write answers to. And it's constantly changing and evolving, and I think that's beautiful. I do yoga nidra when I feel like my mind, I'm the happiest that I've ever been. I still have moments of crazy town inside my head. I still have moments of sadness inside my head. So whenever that becomes overwhelming, I now have tools that I use to slow myself down, to kind of regroup. Yoga nidra is one of my favorites, and I really do prefer to do it on weekday or weekends when I'm off, but it's totally doable on weekdays. It's just that I tend to nap right after. It's putting yourself, you can Google or go on YouTube yoga nidras, and they're guided meditations. They're fantastic. And it stops me from overthinking, which can be the downfall of any great person. And overthinking in a way of what if, why me, poor me, those kind of things. I'm really just so pleased with the things that I've learned, the tools that I've learned. I love to paint. I've been painting more. I love to cook. I love to bake. I really enjoy learning about things. That's what I love about school. Yes, I already went to high school. I've gone through some of college. But a refresher course in anything, U.S. history, algebra, it's fun. And it is for me because I love to learn things. So I enjoy that. And I enjoy watching the minds of young people, because I'm around freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. I love watching their minds taking this information and them giving me feedback on how they interpreted it, or watching them learn how to solve an equation, and just kind of seeing the the inner workings of a clock. all coming together. So I think that's truly incredible. And I'm just so grateful to be in this place that I am of self-love, self-respect. And I want to spread that feeling. I want to share it with you, the viewer. I want to encourage you to try new things. And I'm going to end here. So of course I'm going to encourage you, if you have any inclination to go into rehab or just to go to an AA meeting, an NA meeting, that's where I think if you need help and you don't know where to turn, go to one of those meetings. You will meet some of the most non-judgmental people in the world. They will help you immediately. I also encourage you to seek out a therapist if you feel like you need to talk to someone. I am so happy with my therapy. Like I said, this is the longest I've been in therapy. Now, I did have started in aftercare. That therapist, I had her for a year, and I've just started with a new therapist. I found her with the help of my old therapist, but she researched psychologytoday.com, and I just made some phone calls. And here I am today. A year and a half sober and a year and a half into therapy and feeling fantastic. So I wish you a lovely evening. And if I don't make another video, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and have a great evening. Bye.